A surprise victory Tuesday night for these people who are against flying the pride flag outside schools in the Dufferin-Peel Catholic District School Board.
We're ecstatic. So many of us were looking at each other in disbelief.
Josie Lutke with Campaign Life Coalition says after a motion recently passed a committee vote allowing the pride flag to fly outside board schools, her group thought they'd lost their fight against the symbol of 2S LGBTQ+ rights.
It is because I deeply love those who misguidedly identify as LGBTQ that I so strongly reject the pride flag and the ideology that it propagates.
But after she and a handful of other delegates railed against the pride flag at an emergency board meeting Tuesday, trustees voted barring the symbol from flying outside board schools, a gesture commonly done during the month of June to express inclusivity.
We know that not only will this protect students, but it will also, we hope, inspire people across the nation, knowing that it is possible to push back against the celebration of Pride Month.
It follows similar bans on the pride flag in other Canadian school boards, particularly Catholic ones like York Regents, that introduced a similar ban last year.
We saw the flying of the pride flag as not being consistent with the teachings of the Catholic faith. And if you have a Catholic board, you want it to actually remain Catholic and not only be Catholic in name only.
What do you say, though, to people who disagree firmly with what you're saying and they do feel like it is a rejection of specific people? It turns them away from the faith, and some of them are your very students who identify as queer and who now, as a result of the advocacy from your group, don't feel safe at schools within your board. What would you say to those students?
For Catholics, June is the month of the Sacred Heart of Jesus. So the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the cross are sufficient symbols to indicate the love that Christ has for all human beings.
What would be your message to that same queer student who isn't feeling safe or isn't feeling seen within their board any longer?
It's difficult to confront, and it's such a depressing feeling to feel like you're alone in this, and to feel like that there is so much hate out there that there is a group of folks, and to feel like that it's a majority of folks in this case who just doesn't want you to feel seen and heard and to be safe, and who wants to try to use the symbol of the cross as a replacement for seeing you for who you are. This act and their votes last night and those delegations were acts of faith-based discrimination. And just because you do something in the spirit of faith doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do all the time.
So the motion has been defeated.
The board confirmed the outcome of the vote, but provided no comment supporting or opposing the decision. CBC Toronto reached out to every single trustee, but none responded.
This is not about hatred against any group. As Catholics, we do believe that homosexual activity is sinful.
Campaign Life Coalition says now that pride flags are banned outside Peel Catholic schools, they'll increase their activism to ban the symbol inside schools next. Chris Glover, CBC News, Toronto.